Hey, thanks for stopping by. I'm Joel, a photographer and filmmaker, and I've recently gotten into stock photography and stock video sales. Mostly I've done this as a way to hopefully try to build a more mostly passive income stream. This is actually my second month sharing my stock photography earnings and video sales. And I wanted to also talk about a little bit of what I've learned along the way as well. I also had my first video sale, which is pretty exciting as this is one area that I've been trying to focus on more recently. I talked about that a little bit in my September earnings video, and I'll actually talk a little bit more about that at the end of this video. So first I wanted to get into a real quick personal update. My September video, I also mentioned about how I didn't get to upload a whole lot of stuff in that month, mostly because we were dealing with a lot of health issues in our family, and we were in the middle of a move. And well, unfortunately, October has different health issues. This is actually involving my family, and we did finish our move to Tennessee, but now we're actually down in Florida for the next few months. So all of that has made it harder to get editing done and images uploaded. So my portfolio has only grown slightly in October. In fact, I think I had on average I had about 14 images and 10 videos uploaded across the various platforms. So now my October 2021 stock photo and video earnings. Starting with the best first, Adobe Stock came in #1 for me. I have 492 images and 23 videos on Adobe Stock. I had 5 image downloads, 1 video download, and that gave me a total of $33.23, which is actually pretty good. That's like my best for Adobe so far. I think that averages out to $5.54 per download. Obviously the video sale was the bulk of this one, and it was actually my first video sale, which is even more exciting. So this is the clip that sold, and it was actually shot with my DJI Osmo action camera during our time living in Puerto Rico at the beginning of the year. The funny thing was, it was actually rejected by quite a few of the other stock sites, but it was accepted on Adobe Stock, which is kind of weird how that works. But next up, we have 2020. I talked about this one last month. It generally does pretty decent for me, gives me consistent sales. I have 561 images on the site for October. I have gone through and taken a few images off because I mentioned that a lot of stuff sometimes comes on there that doesn't clear, that's for clearances like licensing. So I have to go back and remove it. And mostly it's because it's images that 2020 finds on other sites. And so if it sees it somewhere else, it'll pull it off, even though they're a non-exclusive site. But I'll go into that more on a whole nother video I'm working on that talks about 2020. But anyways, 561 images. I had 24 downloads for a total of $9. So it's not a lot of money I'm making off that. That's, I think, an RDP of 38 cents. But one of the nice things I do like about it, it's fairly consistent for me. And of course, again, I've talked about before, I like the little photo contests that they run each week. And so this week, in this month, I actually entered one of those, and I placed in the top 20, came in at 12% on this image here. This is actually a shot of a Toyota Land Cruiser with a rooftop tint. And it's actually one of my favorites. It was captured while I was on a job that I was producing in California. We're actually in the Sierra Nevada mountains, the Owens River Valley, actually, which is just stunning. But it's also another great example of how you can find an opportunity to create a stock image that can provide royalties down the road just through whatever you do normally on your job or on your travels and things like that. Interestingly, this image is actually sold 2 times already on 2020 and another 2 times on the Shutter, the agency that won't be named, since June. Next up is the agency whose initials I'll have to use, SS. I have 607 images on there and 34 videos. I had 23 downloads for a total of $4.72. All of them were photo downloads, and that's an RPD of 21 cents. So as you can tell, that's a lot of subscription, 10 cents and whatever 12-cent subscription downloads. So no video sales on that one either, which is kind of disappointing. And it's actually the 3rd worst month I've had with them in this whole year. So That's a kind of a bummer, but it was my next highest. Next up is 123RF. I have 599 images there, 2 downloads with 43 cents total. So, I mean, it's almost not even worth mentioning. But it's actually about right. I hardly ever get any downloads or any sales from 123RF. So, I don't know. The only reason I keep uploading to them is because I have a software that I use that helps me upload to multiple stock agencies. And so it's just a click of a button I can upload. So that's why I do it. But I did realize that they have audio and video that you can upload as well onto the site. But when I tried to do it, it wouldn't let me do that. So I reached out to their customer service and they basically said that they've stopped doing all uploads of like videos and stuff like that. So if I want to do that on 123RF, I can't anymore. They did tell me though that I can upload video, image, and audio files to their sister site, Pixlr. I'd never heard of it. I looked it up real quickly, and essentially it's like Canva in that it's a cloud-based design service. It does have a subscription model. So in that case, it uses a revenue share for people using the images that are on the site. I'll have to look into it a little bit further, unless any of you out there have actually heard of this thing or have used it. Let me know what your experience is or your thoughts in the comments below. Next up is everything else. So the other 10 stock sites that I contribute to, I had 0 sales, so nothing. It's not really unsurprising, but it's a kind of a bummer. So now my totals for October of 2021, I actually had a really good month. It's one of my best months, the best month actually, so far. $47.38. I had 54 image downloads and then that 1 video download. So my RPD over everything was 86 cents. So not too bad, but I'd like to see that higher. Overall, a really good month despite the disappointing image sales. So thank goodness for that 1 video sale. One great thing too is that this has actually been a trend for me and I'm trending upwards. So this is the 4th month in a row that I've been earning a little bit more each month in my total royalties, which is also a huge plus. So now it's the time of the video where I'm going to talk about just some of my other thoughts as far as the stock video and kind of some things that I'm working on and that I wanted to incorporate some more. The first of which is model released images. So as you know, I don't have a lot of model released images on my portfolio. It's mostly landscapes, wildlife, and travel related stuff. And I do have some editorial images from my travels as well. But again, not a lot of model release stuff. Mostly they're just a few and they're of myself and my wife. We are planning on uploading a few more of those. You know, it's a matter of just finding time to do it. The big issue I have concerning model released images is understanding the release requirements for each of the different agencies. Some agencies require a witness signature and others don't. Some also are super specific on your photo shoot dates, either requiring every single image or from every single photo shoot itself to have a, be a dated model release for it, where others will just say, hey, you can do a range of dates, or even you can just have one release for everything you ever post on there too. So it can get kind of confusing, and because of that, it makes it harder to figure out what requirements I need, and it just gets right over my head, and I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work to try to figure out. So I've been putting that off. I did, however, download a model release app, which is basically already approved for all those sites in the hopes that I can kind of figure this stuff out and then just have something I can easily upload. But since I mostly shoot during traveling, it just gets really annoying trying to track all of the different dates that I photographed. There's a picture of myself in California or whatever from 2019, and there's another one from I don't know, of 2020 in Puerto Rico, and then in Florida, or wherever I am. It just gets kind of a big pain in the butt to track all of that and then have a separate release for every single one of those dates. So I've just really just kind of put it off because so far I haven't really seen a lot of image sales being much higher than your average, subscription sale, or 99 cents or 11 cents. So if that's all I'm going to get, then it doesn't seem like it really be worth my time messing with the rest of it. I don't know. Maybe I will review those agencies again and, just upload to the agencies that pay a higher, average upload. Not really sure. So I don't know, what do you guys do? If anybody out there has some suggestions or a solution for this, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. All right, and finally, I just want to talk about a couple things that I want to continue to implement going forward, and that is mostly video. As you saw, I had a really good month on that video sale rather gave me a lot of encouragement, and especially since it was so high too. I can't remember exactly what the amount was. If I do, I'll put it on the screen, but I think it was over like 15 bucks I think I got off that sale, so that's kind of cool. The big thing there is I feel like it might be a better bang for my buck focusing a little bit of time on that, seeing as in the time it takes me to edit like 4 or 5 images and then export them, I can usually do like 1 video. So I'm gonna take a look at that and just see how that relates to sales, because if I can get more money out of editing 1 video versus 4 or 5 average image sales, then I'll definitely check back and let you guys know. Because if that is the case, then I'm gonna definitely focus even more on the video, maybe double down on it. But as far as any other types of stuff, I'm not really planning on shooting a whole lot for November, mostly because I've just been moving around too much, and now that I'm down here in Florida, we're gonna be here for another couple months, and I'm just really trying to like bootstrap and just get caught up on all of the other shoots and all the back catalog of images that I have. So, I think that's gonna be the focus right now, even though I'm in Florida and it's beautiful and every time I go outside, I wanna take pictures, but then I think I have to edit all of those pictures. So I'm gonna do my best at restraining myself for now. Hopefully that'll resolve itself, and then maybe December I'll be able to get back out there and get some more pictures. But anyway, that's the end of the video. So thanks for watching. I hope this inspires you with your own stock photography and stock video journey. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments if you have any questions or any suggestions as well. And of course, the rest. Like, subscribe, and follow along. Details will be in the description. And cheers.